Hey Double D's, welcome to another episode of Disney Dust. DisneyDwayne here, reviewing Cars 3, the movie in this episode. Why am I so late in the game? Well, it really sucks to live in Singapore. No, I'm just kidding. Disney, Pixar, get your act together. Well, it's really because our holiday season for kids are different, and so we get it much later sometimes. In any case, I was at D23 Expo and I had a chance to see it, but I didn't, so, you know, I only have myself to blame. But D23 Expo, there's just so much to do, right? In any case, so right off the bat, let's just say Cars... Oh, by the way, shout out to all my D23 videos, so be sure to check out some of them. I'm going to provide links in the description below. Back to Cars. Now, right off the bat, I'll say that Cars, the original movie, is still the best movie of all the three movies. The question is Cars 3 better than Cars 2? Now, let's explore that. Cars 2 spun a little off tangent, and it became this almost spy movie, right? Cars 3 now returns to the origins of racing, and to me, it had a really good theme. It's no spoiler that it begins with Lightning McQueen getting into a terrible accident, and then after that, the story deals with him dealing with whether he's still relevant or not after such a hugely successful career on the circuit. So this in itself is a very poignant topic, considering that everyone is or has, you know, gone through having new players come into whatever scene or industry that you're in. Ironically, a relevant topic. Well, how do you maintain healthy competition and self-worth and maintain your legacy and all those things? So those are good questions, right? And here's my verdict before I get into spoilers on this movie. It was a 2.5 out of 5 for me, only because it's a Pixar movie and I expect so much more. The plot to me is a little bit too linear, following only one character, mostly Lightning McQueen. I didn't believe there were any scenes without him in it. Not too complicated. Lewis Hamilton makes a cameo, and that's really cool. It wasn't a bad movie in itself, but this is one of the first movies I actually felt I could tweak it a little with my own suggestions in order to make it, say, maybe 4 out of 5 stars, at least in my book. So let's get into some details and spoilers right now. The original plot sees Lightning McQueen recovering from his accident and racing again to defeat his new, but also very technologically advanced challenger, Jackson Storm. So here's what I find strange in this storyline. He's now being trained by a new addition called Cruz Ramirez, who herself has never been a successful race car, unlike Doc, his previous coach, Doc Hudson. He never quite is able to defeat Jackson Storm, and essentially his legacy does not live on. However, after training together and getting back on the circuit, he finds that Cruz Ramirez is a worthy opponent to Jackson Storm, and she wins the race and he becomes her coach? Wait, what? No. That does not work for me. Let me explain. Firstly, his years of experience had nothing to do with her first win. So how would passing on his legacy have begun with her if he hadn't trained her in the first place? In fact, he was still learning things from Doc's mentor, who he found and started to train with. Here's what I propose. Since it's already so linear, keep it simpler. Have Lightning McQueen back on the racetrack, introduce 2 new challengers, Cruz Ramirez and Jackson Storm, to the mix. The story starts with Lightning McQueen feeling he's losing it because between the 3 of them, coming in top is not a guarantee for him any longer. He has the knowledge and experience, but Cruz Ramirez and Jackson Storm, although careless at times, have the speed. Before a race, he sees Cruz Ramirez, in particular, arguing with her coach, who doesn't seem to believe in her. You know, introduce a new character there for the coach. And he feels sorry for her, and in other ways, you know, with the little interaction he has had with her, reminds him of him. Then he gets into the accident, and this is where he can return to Doc's mentor for help and to learn that Doc's career wasn't what he treasured. It was teaching Lightning McQueen. And this is also where he can decide that instead of racing, he could actually help Cruz Ramirez defeat Jackson Storm once and for all, thus finding his relevance, worth, and continuing on his legacy, you know, all at the same time. So all in all, I think that's what should be done. I don't know if you agree with me. Tell me what you think in the comments. I still love this franchise, as do, you know, many boys. Racing is a big thing, especially here in Singapore too. The F1 night race is coming up yet again, and we're lucky to have acts like Ariana Grande, Duran Duran, Seal, One Republic, and more, you know, all coming this year. A little plug here for Singapore. But yeah, so that's what I have to say about Cars 3. hope to hear from you, and I hope to see you again in another episode. I'm going to be checking out Disneyland Paris, as well as their new resort experience called Village Nature. Village's Nature. So more videos coming. Don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends about us, and give this a thumbs up.